This morning we're cooking with Charlene Patton from the Kansas Soybean Commission. Charlene, we love having you. Every month you always bring us these fantastic recipes, healthy recipes, but they all include the soybean. So what are we going to whip up today?
We are going to make some cherry bars, and this month our theme is recipes that you can take with you on the go, take to a picnic, or have at the ballpark when kids are out there and have some ideas of some things that they can do, but also getting them involved in the kitchen because it won't be long before they'll be going back to school.
Right.
And there's no better way than to help them practice some of those skills of reading a recipe, measuring and learning a little bit of math and sequencing that kind of gets them thinking about school again, plus they get to make something fun.
Nice.
So we're going to do the cherry bars, and I've already creamed 1 cup of margarine, which is our soy product, and 1 cup of sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and you can see how nice and creamy that is. And
So the difference between margarine and butter is soy? Is that kind of?
Right.
I've always wondered that.
Margarine, yeah, it's got the vegetable oil in there. And usually in baking, use the margarine that has the higher vegetable oil content.
Okay.
Because the higher it is means less water, so you want that higher content. So now we're going to add the eggs, and I've got them divided there. Go ahead and just mix it in.
Okay.
And you could use your electric mixer to do this. It says the recipe suggests doing the eggs 1 at a time, which is why I had them separated. Just makes it easier to mix and makes it mix a little bit better because you can see there's a lot of liquid there.
Yeah.
Now we're going to add the vanilla, which is a teaspoon of vanilla.
Shot of vanilla.
A little bit of extra flavor there. Great. And then here we have 2 cups of soy flour blend and a teaspoon of baking soda. And you can just use that little scoop and just start gradually adding it.
Okay.
And we might remind your viewers that the soy flour blend is actually something they make at home. It's 7 cups of all-purpose flour blended or sifted with 1 cup of soy flour. And you can put that in your flour canister and then use it for anything. And you'll be getting the goodness and the healthy benefits of having that soy protein added to everything that you bake and cook. Hey, you're doing a great job there.
Well,
you just keep adding it in. But you can see how easy it is. It's just to stir it in. You could use your electric mixer, but I thought today we'd just kind of show this, and this would be something that kids could do too. Let them stir and use those muscles and
I'm doing
get
a kid's
involved.
job right now.
You are doing that. And we were talking about your daughter, and that would be something she could do. She probably
flour
love to
would be
add
all
that.
over the kitchen. Trust me, but that's okay. It's still fun.
It's fun. And
Yeah.
when you're working with small children, use an extra large bowl because that keeps it all self-contained and easier for you. Now, if you can go ahead and add the rest of that.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. And while we still can see some flour, we're going to add our last 2 ingredients, and that is a cup of dried cherries.
Okay.
That's going to be that special ingredient. And then you have
Chocolate.
Well, it isn't. It's soy yogurt.
Ah.
So these are yogurt chips, so they've got a little bit of that tang that you get from yogurt.
Okay, where
And
could we get these?
Just in the grocery store in the baking chips section.
Okay.
So you'll see those. But you'll have the tang from the dried cherries and a little bit from the soy yogurt chips.
Very nice.
It tastes
Now,
like chocolate.
if we wanted to use something, what if we used raisins or something instead of the dried cherries?
Absolutely,
Pretty
yeah.
versatile.
And that's the fun of baking it yourself, is
Yeah.
that you can make those little adjustments if you want to. You could use craisins, you could use a lot of different things in there.
That'd be
And you
great.
could use the chocolate if you wanted to do that. After you mix that together, they're going to put that in a baking pan here. It's like a jelly roll pan, a 15 by 10 inch. It's a greased one. Pat it down and bake it at 350 for about 18 minutes until it's lightly browned, and check it with a wooden pick.
Okay, let's take a look at that recipe one more time in case you didn't get a chance to write that down. We're going to take a look at the 2 screens of ingredients that you need. There she said the margarine, that is your soybean product, as well as the soy flour blend. So take a look at those, take your notes, and Charlene, we're going to take a look at the finished product here in a moment, but also we're not done cooking with you yet. We'll have you a little bit later on in the show again for something else, but you had a question for our viewers to answer.
I did.
To think on for a minute. What's that?
With kids going back to school, I've got some crayons there in the display, and you can purchase soy crayons. And I'm wondering if anybody knows how many crayons you can get from a bushel of soybeans.
How many do you
Use
think?
the oil in
From
it.
a bushel? Oh man, I don't. I'll say 150?
Oh, that's a good guess.
I'll just say 50.
And
50 crayons.
It's 2,112. From an acre of soybeans, you would get 82,000 crayons.
All right.
You're using the oil from those soybeans
Yeah.
to make those. And with the crayons, you'll see that if you look at the package, you know how crayons flake off if kids push on them too hard.
Yeah.
The soy crayons don't do that typically. And they have a little bit brighter colors. So,
wow.
yeah.
I'm sure you know somebody who knows
the
somebody.
knowledge.
Let's get into the crayon business together. You know? It's a lot of crayons for.
That's great.
Well, we'll see Charlene here in just a little bit. We're going to whip up something else coming up in the second half hour of the show. But let's take a look at where you can get a hold of this Kansas Soybeans Food Guide. You can visit their website, kansassoybeans.org, or call that number right there on your screen. What can you get by calling, Charlene?
We're going to be making a savory snack mix, and you won't want to miss it. So many snack mixes are sweet. This is savory, has some meat in it, and one the whole family will love.
So can't wait to try that. So we're going to do that here in just a little bit. But for now, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
We just